down, I keep all my money, and that's where my clients live. And that's within an index account. Index account can be in rollover, it can be an old 401k, IRAs of any sorts. It can be lump sums, inherited money. There's $30 trillion of money being inherited and passed in generational wealth right now and through the next decade. Could be selling a property and wanting to have that money. It also can be monthly savings. We think of months and money, and we like to have monthly automatic drafts that could be there as well. So your money sits in a vault. It is not in the market, so you can never lose it. The market goes up, let's say 8%. Congratulations, you get 8%. Do you think the market might go down the following year? Maybe like 20%. Since your money is not in the market, you can't lose it. It's just like a savings account at the bank. We have a zero floor, so you get 0% that year. When the market goes back up, let's say 15% the next year, we have indices that can earn all the 15%. There's thousands of different indices, just like different savings accounts. However, if we have a floor, we're probably also going to have a ceiling. So let's say the ceiling's 10%. Hey, we get that 10%. So if you earned 10% one year or 8% one year and 0 the next, isn't that still better than 1% in the bank? Right? So this is how indexed accounts work. Let's take an example. I had somebody ask, like, what if I had $100,000 in the market versus indexed accounts? So we're going to do a little history lesson and go back in time. I don't have a crystal ball, with especially as crazy as things are right now. I don't know what's going to happen next month, let alone the rest of the year. A great way to see what might happen or predict what might happen is what's happened in the past. What's happened in the past 10 to 15 years. So if we look at $100,000 in the market versus the indexed account, we know that 2001, 2002 were down, and the indexed account just went sideways. Remember, it's not in the market, so you can't lose your money. The next year when the market is up, what happens in the indexed account? It grows as well. And I want to point something out here. Since an index account only looks at 1 year periods of time, we get to reset from that period. But would you consider that a gain right here this year? But we're not even back to even. It's not a gain. That's what we call making up for loss. We haven't even gotten back to where we started. So in 2004, the market was down. So what happens in the index account? We go up and sideways, never backwards. Since 2009, the market's been doing phenomenal. In fact, in 2007, we were about 4% higher than 2000. So yay, there were articles dancing in the street. We're so excited, the market's all grown and it's really high again. But we vividly remember 2008. Who remembers that by a show of hands, right? Especially if you had money in the market or know a family member that did. My mom, her 401k turned into a 201k that year. 2 years before she had planned to retire. At 79, she still works part-time just to have a lifestyle that she wants. So the indexed account gets to go sideways. And remember I said we start crediting from that point instead of having to make up for that loss. This is our new starting point when the market goes. So my clients are sitting up here waiting for the market to recover and come back. They're sipping margaritas and just hanging out waiting for it to grow again, right? And they never gave back any money. Did you ever earn interest in a savings account? They give you your 25 cents at the end of the year, right? Did they ever come back and say, hey, I want that money back? No, because they already gave it to you. It's yours. Just like a savings account, that's the same thing. You never give money back. You never give interest back. So the market did grow quite a lot. The index account got to sit back and start growing again from where it left off. And now we're kind of doing this. And what's happening in the index account? It's going up and sideways, like an escalator, or it locks in like a ratchet, right? Can never go back. In the beginning of 2005, the market, that $100,000 would have grown to $363,000. In the index account, it's $473,000. And what's happening right now? Does anybody know what's happened in the last 6 weeks?
Nothing good.
Nothing good, right? I'll tell you. I don't watch it every day because I don't have to. I look at every year. We have 1 year points of time in the indexed accounts. But I looked it up Monday while I was preparing for this, and the market year to date as of Monday was down 33%. All the gains for 2005 year to date have been lost in the last 6 weeks. I don't have to participate in that. So if this goes down like 2008, 50%, even 25 or 30% throughout the next year, what happens in the index account? We keep all our money and we sit back and wait for the market to grow again.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was that just had 100,000, or were you adding to that at all?
So as it grew, the 100,000 is going to grow, but it doesn't lose money. It's not adding anything to it. Thank you. I misunderstood your question. Yeah, that's putting $100,000 in the market or in an index account and just letting it grow or make up for loss while it's trying to grow. Yes.
But that's over the course of 25 years.
It is. And we have, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You want to look back at least 10 to 15 years if you're looking at how something is performing, whether it be that I'm not anti-stock market, but some of your money really needs to be in safe. We set up a safety and a foundation and then put other money in the market. It's not to never have money in the market. Yes.
Do you have to pay taxes on that?
It depends on where it started. So the reason I went just high level to the indexed account is if it's qualified money, if it's an old 401k, if it started as, an IRA, yes, when you do withdraw money, you're going to have to pay taxes because that's the agreement you made with Uncle Sam when you started saving. I unfortunately can't change that.
Okay.
We can do Roth IRAs. We have tax-free index accounts. So what that does is it puts the umbrella of life insurance over the account, and now we put tax-free in front of it. And that's like a Roth IRA on steroids. The tax laws, the tax favored laws that the wealthy, the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers put into place on the books when they started life insurance was all money that goes into a permanent life insurance goes in post-tax like a Roth IRA. We don't have the limits of a Roth IRA of how much we can contribute. It grows without being taxed and comes out tax-free. So it's a great tool to use for investments, alternative investments, to leverage your money, build your own bank, take money out for an investment and put it back. Yes, 2 here.
If you were to choose one for someone who hasn't started saving for their retirement, what would you choose?
Great question. Not to be in the stock market first. Build a foundation. If you're going to build a house tomorrow, what are you going to build first? Your foundation. Those that didn't build a solid foundation when 2008 hit, think about the millions of people that retired in 2007. Half their nest egg disappeared in 2008. They're still working today for the rest of their lives. So start here. Build up the foundation, the money that you know you'll have for retirement, that you won't lose it, that we can create a guaranteed income stream for the rest of your life to never outlose your money. I'm going to go here first and then here.
Where do annuities fit in this theme?
Index annuities work just like this. There's thousands of different kinds of annuities. There's straight, fixed. There's variable I'm not a fan of. We can have a deeper conversation about that offline. And then fixed index annuity is my favorite because you get market-like returns without participating in the downside.
And then my other question is, in an indexed account, then the risk tolerance really doesn't matter.
It matters because if you don't want to lose money, it's the best place to be. Then my risk tolerance is 0. I don't ever want to lose money.
I love that.
So yours might be more, right? And I have clients that have more, or I have clients that are in the middle. And a lot of financial advisors will do like a 60-40 split with bonds and stocks. They should have this instead of bonds. Bonds aren't doing great in the last decade. This is a great place for that money instead of bonds. Or just start, and then once you build up your portfolio or you build up some money, go do some other investments. Do it where you love it and where you want to be, with companies that you resonate and love, and with an advisor that will watch things and work together with me, especially.
Okay.
Yeah. You had one more.
So you can do you can do a Roth IRA and then put it in an index account. Okay.
Yeah, so the IRA, Roth IRA, SEP, simple, that's a little check mark. We check the box and tell the IRS how to treat our money. Now that type of money, or that however we're treating it, taxation, can be in any vehicle. You can drive a Yugo or a Volkswagen or a Ferrari, right? Meaning it could be a CD, a money market, stock market, index annuity. We can have different products that we use that taxation. Is that a 2-minute warning or a 10? That's 10. Okay. I gave you on this sheet some information of some good client connections, also client referrals, and Power Partner referrals. So take a look at that. If you have any questions, let's do a coaching session. It's time to, I don't think I've caught everybody, but it's also time to go back around with some others. So I'm going to leave the time for Dorina.